Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hania Salim.
And I'm Yuvak Tucker, and on behalf of the English Department of Delhi Private School Sharjah, we welcome you all to the 4th edition of
TEDxYouth DPSS. This platform has been thriving since the past 4 years, empowering young minds, sharing stories that matter, and igniting conversations that shape the future. This year's theme, The Edge, Moving Beyond Fear, inspires us to explore that powerful moment between hesitation and action, the moment that defines growth. Fear comes in forms of failure, rejection, change, or the unknown. But what truly sets us apart is our courage to move beyond it. Today, we will hear from people who have faced fear head-on, who have stood at the edge, taken the leap, and shaped their futures through their strong actions and decisions.
Today, we are honored to host 4 remarkable personalities who have faced challenges, embraced uncertainties, and emerged as symbols of perseverance and purpose. Our erudite speakers come from diverse walks of life, each with a story that proves courage is not just the absence of fear, but it is the journey to triumph over it.
Dr. Sunayna Iqbal, an educator, author, and community leader who has spent over 2 decades empowering young minds and inspiring change.
Mr. Ananya Wanshu's journey began at the premises of Delhi Private School Sharjah as the President Student Council, and now he leads financial service practices at Michael Page.
Ms. Nasreen Abdullah, a seasoned journalist with over 18 years of experience across broadcast and digital media.
And our speaker is Ray Ahmed, a Harvard business leader with over 2 decades of experience driving growth. And now, without further delay, let's dive into our first TED Talk by Dr. Sunayna Iqbal.
Dr. Sunayna Iqbal is a senior lecturer at the University of West London, Ras Al Khaimah, and a senior fellow of the Higher Education Academy in the UK. She has been recognized with multiple awards, including the Sheikh Hamdan Award for the Most Distinguished Family and the Outstanding Faculty Award. Beyond academia, she has led large-scale training and development programs through her consultancy, equipping thousands with leadership, communication, and resilient skills. She continues to inspire through her book, Destination Success, and through her countless contributions to education and empowerment. I would like to invite Dr. Sunayna Iqbal to stage to share her inspiring journey and insights with us. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Hello there. Imagine this. You're alone at home, late into the night, and someone calls up and says, hey, there's a 4-legged animal at your door. Which animal comes to your mind? A cat? A dog? A rat? Which animal? For me, it's a ferocious lion, ready to devour me. Anyone else who thinks like me? Show of hands? Wow, I'm so glad that there are people like me, and I'm not just a unique piece, as my family thinks. But this exercise gives us a very valuable message, that our minds tend to exaggerate threats. Let me channel Professor Lupin from Harry Potter and bring a bobbit on stage. I want you all to think of anything that you fear. It could be an exam, it could be a bully, it could be boogeyman, job loss, critical illness, health of your parents, accountancy, math, physics, anything. And at the count of 3, let's all shout it out loud. Ready? Are you with me? Cool. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. My daughter said, Mom. Okay. Did you hear that chorus? Every single one of us have our own fearful thoughts. Those who don't are the ones who are either dead and gone, or the ones who are professional liars, I would say. Because fear isn't a flaw that we need to cover up. It is a survival mechanism that all of us are hardwired with. Yes, we can. Does this ring a bell? These 3 words electrified a nation in 2008. And President Obama, one of the finest speakers of his time, admits to having fearful thoughts before every single speech of his. But that does not discourage him. It pushes him to practice, rehearse, and deliver with conviction. So when he's speaking, fear is in the room with him, but he does not handle the microphone. Similarly, Simone Biles, one of the most celebrated gymnasts of all time, admits to having nerves before every move of hers. And that does not paralyze her. It pushes her to practice again and again and again till she achieves perfection with every twist, move, and turn. So fear is what whispers, "This matters, prepare." And it is that whisper that pushes Obama to practice at midnight and Simone Biles to practice every move to perfection. So you have an exam, fear tells you, this is important, study. You have a stomach pain, fear nudges you to meet the doctor. So fear is your starter motor. Level 1 of your video game, the tutorial level which teaches you to move. But if you stay put in this video game, then you might enter level 2. That is anxiety. Now that's where fear gets amplified. Fear grabs the microphone. You overestimate the threats and underestimate your ability to cope. Remember those early days of COVID, when a slight tingling sensation in your throat and you start spiraling into negative thoughts, you Google symptoms, and then you take a test, you're not convinced, you meet a doctor, you're not convinced, you take second and third and fourth opinions. And if this goes unchecked, then you would enter level 3, that is depression. That's where you lose all hope. You withdraw, and even getting out of bed becomes difficult for you. That's what happened with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He admits to having slipped into depression in his early 20s when he lost a professional football career and a relationship. So he locked himself up in an empty apartment, wouldn't even take phone calls, and he says during that period he couldn't understand what mental health was. And he couldn't get himself to do a thing. So these anecdotes tell us that even the greatest of achievers have fearful thoughts. They have succumbed to fear, stress, anxiety, and depression. What's the strategy then? What's the trick? The trick is to stay in level 1, where fear does not paralyze you, but it pushes you to motion. And how do you stay in level 1? Let me bring in a couple of psychological tools here borrowed from acceptance and commitment therapy and neuro-linguistic programming. So I want you all to imagine a person who cares for you the most. They'll go to any extent for you. Alright? Now think of a person who's hugely melodramatic. They can turn a tiny moment into a Broadway spectacle. For my daughter, these 2 people were the same, and that was me. Now I want you to fuse these 2 personalities, and that's fear for you. That's a personality of fear for you. A person who is very, very, very caring, a dear person, but who is hugely overdramatic. Now, it's not just enough to understand the personality of fear. The absence of this person, this dear friend, you will not take your studies seriously, you will not drive carefully, and you will not even chase your dreams seriously. Now, you need to change your relationship with fear. Imagine you're a bus driver. Yes, there are fearful thoughts that hop on and off the bus, like passengers. As a driver, if you turn around and engage with these fearful thoughts, or you start arguing with these passengers, you're definitely going to crash. So your job as a driver is to stay focused, look ahead, and continue driving. These thoughts will linger on and get down at their respective stops. Or imagine you are in a swimming pool and there's a beach ball that drifts towards you. You push it down, it'll pop back up. You push it even harder, it'll pop back even higher. So the trick is, acknowledge its presence, but do not engage with it. Do not resist it. So fear is like this beach ball. Acknowledge, do not engage, do not resist it. Allow it to float and you'll see it slowly drifting away. Another technique that psychologists use is personifying fear. For me, it's Anya Forger from Spy Family. How many of you are familiar with her? Excellent. So I've chosen the right one. So this is a telepathic little one with huge expressive eyes and chubby rosy cheeks. And every time something goes wrong, she gasps as though the whole world is going to end. That's exactly how my fear behaves. So every time panic creeps in, I picture Anya tugging at my sleeves and telling me, Sunayna, this is not going well. You're going to mess this up. I'm telling you. Instead of pushing her away, I pat her on her head and thank her. Anya, I've got this. Now just be with me. Right? So by giving her a name, a personality and face, you're trying to smoothen out the edges of fear. So next time when panic creeps in, I would smile rather than spiral into negative thoughts. Nobody can take panic seriously when it looks like this, with pink hair and pigtails, right? So what am I doing? By doing all this, I'm trying to take control of the noise in my head. Instead of fear grabbing the microphone and shouting out commands, it becomes a background noise. A background noise which I acknowledge, but I don't take seriously. Much like what you do to your mom's advice. Right? So, the trick is, fear is not your enemy. It is springing from a good place. Its intentions are noble. It's there to protect you. We need to get comfortable with the feeling of fear, that uncomfortable feeling that we have. Right? Despite your sweaty palms and thumping heart, initiate that tough conversation. Send out the difficult email or appear for that exam. Let's today change this idea. It's not living beyond fear, it's living with fear. Dancing with fear and chasing your dreams with fear. Scientists once conducted an experiment where they dropped a rat in water. It kept swimming for a while. And then it started feeling exhausted and started depression worldwide. And that's 1 in 8 people. And 700,000 lives are lost every year to suicide. With suicide becoming the 4th most common reason for death in 15 to 29-year-olds. These are not just numbers and statistics, guys. It could be someone's mother. It could be someone's best friend. It could be your colleague, classmate, your closest, most loving friend. So in a world that is spiraling into level 2 and 3 of depression and fear, let's be that hope that encourages someone to continue swimming again and again. Yes, you will be able to achieve it. You can do it. I believe in you. Borrowing Obama's words once again, let's embrace the audacity of hope. Hope in the face of uncertainty, hope in the face of fear, hope in the face of difficulty. So ladies and gentlemen, let the dance begin. Thank you.
That was truly inspiring.